So, hello, let's delve into another topic. This time we'll discuss 1 degree and 1 radian. Both are measurement of angles, but like, do we really know them? We'll discuss few points about 1 degree angle and 1 radian angle. We'll start with the definition. So, let's start. So, here we are 1 degree angle and 1 radian angle. So, what is 1 degree? By definition, it is 1 by 360th of one rotation of a circle. That is the definition of 1 degree. So whatever angle you make by making, let's say this is by baseline, whatever angle we make by taking one rotation, 1 by 360th of that one rotation is called 1 degree angle. Okay. Now the point we're trying to make here is 1 degree would be a very small angle compared to 1 radian. We'll come to 1 radian, but by different, so 1 degree would be very small compared to 1 radian. Now let's move to what is 1 radian. So when we are measuring angle in radian, the definition is, or the formula is theta is equal to L upon R, where L is the arc length. By arc length, we mean this length, part of the circumference of the circle, and R is the radius. So if we measure theta like this in radian, so 1 radian would be when 1 is equal to L by R, or when L is equal to R, or when arc length is equal to the radius of the circle. So by definition, 1 radian would be how much? Angle made when arc length equals radius of the circle. So this is 1 radian, as the radius is R and the arc length is also R. Okay. Now, as we can see, 1 radian is very comparatively bigger, in fact, much bigger than 1 degree. That is one information that we have. Now, why is it important? Because I have seen a lot of students getting confused as to how big is 1 radian actually. So we all know the comparison, right? The comparison would be one complete rotation is 360 degree. But in radian, one complete rotation, the angle would be, so because L, the length of the arc, is the complete circumference of the circle, and we know the complete circumference of the circle is, 2 pi r. So length is 2 pi r upon radius is r. So one rotation is 2 pi angle. So 2 pi, or in the next page, 2 pi radian will be equal to 360 degree. So 1 radian will be equal to 360 upon 2 pi degree. So if we take, let's say, approximate value pi as 22 upon 7, so 1 radian is equal to 360 upon 2 into 22 by 7, which is 360 into 7 upon 44 degree. To 11 to 90, so 630 upon 11 degree. So if I do the long division, what I get is 11 dividing 630 is 11 5 is 55, 11 7 is 77.3, a decimal here 11 2 is 22, remainder 8.0, 11 7 is 77, and so on. So 1 radian is equal to 57.27 degree. That is the rough comparison. So if I have to say, I would say 1 radian is 57.27 and dot 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 times bigger than 1 degree. I hope it is clear. Very interesting and very okay. Now, one more thing is, when we plot on xy plane, we have often seen plotting sin x, cos x, tan x, cot x, then cosec x, and then sec x. We always plot using radian. not degree. So the angle is in on x-axis, and the output or the values of sin x cos x on the y-axis. The angle is always taken as radian, not in degrees. Again, students often confuse that, okay, the angle is, let's say, pi by 3 or pi by 6 or pi by 2 or 2 pi. First of all, very important, we have to understand that these angles in radian are just numbers. Okay, so pi by 3 is nothing but, if I approximate pi as 22 by 7 into 3, which is 22 by 21, roughly 1 point something. This is 1 point something radian. Again, pi by 2 would be 1.57 radian. So plot them just the way you plot numbers like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 1 pi by 2 would be somewhere here, more than 1.5 and less than 1.6. So it will be pi by 2 here. So pi by 2, 2 pi, 3 pi are not any different set of numbers written. They're just simple numerical values as we write in any xy plane or any graph we plot on xy plane. I hope you'll be able to understand this. Let's meet for another video on some other topic or some other numericals. Thank you.